Just listening to you completely blows my mind, because the way you've all landed it is just like heaven really for me, because it's something I dreamt about, but I never really knew that you'd all landed it. So the fact that you have, and it's impacting on your children, is just pure joy. So thank you very much for all the work that you've done, because as I tell everybody, I've got so much respect for you guys, because it's not easy to change your lives, and that's what you've done. So the fact that you've done it and the children have got the benefit of it and you've seen it, you know, just completely blows me away. So
I think there are certain aspects that are just becoming a way of life for me now. You know, it's just natural for me to do things in a certain way from what I've learned from the courses. I've become even more confident than what I had done already, and I think I've become more strong in my beliefs and pushing for what I want, especially with and sort of pushing for things that I've asked for at school for him, and I've now got help with his anger from the family liaison officer, and it was something before that I would have been not confident enough to want to get, either because I didn't want to ask or because I was worried about the consequences of like having the label that you're being dealt with by a family liaison officer. But for me now, it's his interests are paramount to me, and that's why we are going down that road now, and I'm not ashamed to say it to anyone, and I don't want him to be ashamed either.
I know it sounds cliche, but if I hadn't been on this course at the time of the transition that I was going through in my personal life, I don't know where I'd be today. So it's helped me hugely in order to, you know, progress and develop emotionally, and I think considering what he's been through is outstanding. You know, it's enabled us to communicate more effectively and be able to sense how each other are and support each other through the changes and stuff. So yeah, we're doing good.
that's fantastic. Thank you. Is there anything you need?
Just to pay it forward, I think.
But I have a much better relationship with my kids, and that's the main thing.
Well, they'd have noticed that difference in you and sensed it, wouldn't they? That you're becoming calmer and using it as part of the journey.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
And that's the thing. I mean, like the course gives you that sort of thing that you know, you're in more control of who you are.
Right.
And the main thing that we've probably also taken from it, I do the breathing thing with my kids still. I don't know if you remember, I said it calms down.
Yeah.
And it still does. I mean, if she cries too much, she pukes.
Right.
So it is actually really necessary that I do it, because sometimes she will be sick if she gets herself into that state. So we still do that. Yeah.
Excellent.
And it works every time, the breathing exercise. It's sort of just so calm them down and getting them to breathe in and out and things like that. That really works. I know that's not the full expansion exercise, but just that beginning of it is good enough for them.
It doesn't matter what you do, it's as long as you're realising that you need to do something different and then you're doing it. And the fact that you say you should have done more is irrelevant, because you're doing what you need to do at the time.
I had quite a taxing summer. My son broke his collarbone while I was on holiday, and then he's had 2 operations in the space of, that was all in the space of 3 months. Obviously, when he went for the operation, I was trying to do the energetic connection, like with him, although he was under general anaesthetic, like 10 minutes all okay, don't have gaps there. So I've done that with him, so I think he usually helped with that.
Brilliant.
Really kept me calm for him.
My youngest one was starting nursery, my next one was starting infant school, and the other one was moving up to junior school. And it was all also happening within those few weeks of September. And rather than being like, oh, I've got to make sure I've got this uniform, and I've got to make sure I've got this, make sure I've got that, it's kind of like, well, what do they think? For them, it's a completely new experience, moving into a different school, different people. They've not, Conan in particular, have not been away from me. So I kind of had to think about it on their individual level, that the 3 of them, what they was experiencing, what they might need, what they might be thinking.
And you can see how those 2 situations are related, can't you? That you were thinking of it from them and they settled in.
Yeah.
Because they could feel that different balance,
Yeah.
and that you weren't stressed.
I found self-reflection really useful because as each day went on and I'd managed another day, I could look at myself at the end of the day and think, do you know what, I did it today. I didn't achieve everything that I might have set out to achieve, but I achieved a hell of a lot today.
Brilliant.
And that's fine. And it's a really good feeling knowing that I can do it now, because feeling dependent on someone isn't nice. So yeah, really pleased with that. I used to get frustrated and think, why is he like this? And now I think, do you know what, he's him.
Brilliant.
And that's fine, and he's struggling with whatever, and I need to step up and do something to help him. He's just struggling with things, and everyone does. So yeah, I'm in a really good place
Well
at the
done.
moment.
Well done.
In the past year, his progress has been phenomenal, from last year when he was behind in his speech to where he is now, where not only is he ahead of most kids his age, but he's doing well in school and he's starting to write his name and things like that. I can only go by the results, you know.
Yeah.
It has been life-changing, and that's how I see it.
Fantastic. That is incredible. Well done. Is there anything you need?
I don't think it just goes for me, I think it goes for everyone. Whatever I need is something I have to do for myself.
You know, you are doing these, you've taken bits away that work for you. And that's exactly all you need to do. And then not worry about the things that you're not doing.
What's most important is that you and your child or children are happy.
Definitely.
And it kind of all comes back to that. You kind of, like, the stresses don't seem as big because you realise that the most important thing is what's going, you know, that relationship.
You just hit the nail on the head with two things that I forgot to say that I had in my mind while I was listening to you. And that's two, what would be very difficult situations for me to face seem a lot more bearable. And although I'm frightened, I'm not as frightened as I was last time, because I find myself saying to do you know what, if you're healthy, the children are healthy and I'm healthy and we're all together, that's all that matters, and we're all happy.
Yeah.
Whatever's on the outside and whatever we've got materially, it doesn't matter.
No.
So that's one good thing, and also it's helped me to be stronger in my convictions.
Can I make a suggestion? I think it's not a question of feeling that you have to practice anything. I think it's the feeling of accepting that you're work in progress and doing the best you can, because that's what you all are doing. You know, you've taken what you need and you're applying it as you need it, and if it goes wrong, at some point you're catching yourself and doing something different, and that is the way it's going to be, because as you said so many times, it is all work in progress. So don't worry, you're doing fantastic, all of you. On the Parent Champion community side, there's an e-learning program. That is fantastic. I mean, does anyone looked at that?
I haven't looked at it.
I think that would be a great refresher, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
I'm going to be doing the e-learning programme again personally for me, and just to get back familiar with the website. So if you don't mind, if there's parts that I don't maybe understand, like if we all chat about it, is that
Absolutely,
alright? Just to
yeah.
support each other through it.
That's what that forum's there for.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay.
I learn from each slip up that I make, and I think that's what's important for me, that it's just further development of what I'm learning and accepting that if things don't go to plan, then it's not a big issue.
Is there anything you need?
I don't think there is. I think what we all need, we can get ourselves. We may need a bit of help along the way, but I think for me, I just need to carry on the way I'm going and believing in myself and pushing for myself and my children what we want and need. Don't worry about things you can't control.
Absolutely.
That's another thing.
Control.
Yes.
That's another thing I've realised over the last year. Things I used to worry about, things that were out of my hand. Think, well, what am I going to do now? But I think now I look at things and go, well, I can't control it. What's the point in worrying?
Yeah.
If whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Whatever I do about it,
Right.
and that's what I've learned on how to sort of not having to deal with things that not necessarily aren't my problem, but I can't do anything about.
As I tell everybody, I've got so much respect for you guys because it's not easy to change your lives, and that's what you've done. So the fact that you've done it and the children have got the benefit of it and you've seen it, you know, just completely blows me away. So
I think that we ought to thank you really
Yeah,
for
for
giving
giving
us
us
the
the
tools,
tools,
to do it.
but I
And
just
the
want,
opportunities.
And well
Yeah.
done, everyone.
but you've had to do the work. That's the point.
Yeah, but we couldn't have done the work without the tools.
Thank you. Let's have a round of applause for everybody.